Only teachers understand how tired you are by the time you get to the end of the school year. I actually can't remember now, that's terrible. This is going to sound a bit weird. What and where do you teach? I never would have seen myself doing. What is your ideal self-care day? What is on your watch list? Please no spoilers if you have watched it. Do you have a side hustle? Hi everyone, welcome to another video. If you don't know me, then hi, my name is Jen, or Miss Ross, and I am a Scottish primary teacher. I make a lot of different videos on my channel, mostly relating to my experiences as a teacher. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. Today I thought I would jump on the bandwagon a little bit, because I've been seeing lots of other teacher YouTubers that I follow doing this tag from all over the world. So definitely make sure you check out the tag and go and discover some other amazing teacher YouTubers. I thought this might be an interesting video to film because it gives me a chance to have a little chat about what I've been doing over the last year and talk to you guys about the summer holidays. Here in Scotland, schools finish up for the summer on different dates depending on the kind of authority that you are working in, but we finished, I want to say it was on the 25th or 26th of June. I actually can't remember now, that's terrible. So I have actually been on holiday for a few weeks now. I am a little bit late on this trend, but I don't think it matters too much because I can still answer most of the questions. I will copy and paste the list of questions into the description of this video if you're interested in trying this tag. And yeah, without further ado, I think we'll just get into it. So the first question in the summer teacher tag is what and where do you teach? If you didn't already know, I'm actually going into my second year as a fully qualified teacher. The answer to this question for me is a little bit complicated. I've actually just completed a full-time temporary contract in a school in the west coast of Scotland. In terms of what year group have I been teaching, over the last year I was teaching in a variety of different classes. I think I taught in just about every class in my school. In some ways I am quite sad that this will be my second year without a classroom of my own, but also it's been a brilliant experience for me. It's been an opportunity for me to teach in lots of different stages and build my skills and build my confidence. I would definitely say that I enjoy teaching the oldest pupils the most. That is definitely the year group where I'm most confident teaching, so I am really hoping that I'll be able to get a job at some point working in upper primary, but who knows what the future holds. I was actually really lucky to get a full-time contract for the next school year. It is a temporary post, so I will be having to go through the application process again next year. Sadly, it is very unlikely that I will have my own class this year due to the nature of the post that I have applied for. It is more of a kind of pupil support job. I will be working in a new school I've never worked in before, so I am a little bit nervous for that, but I'm looking forward to the new challenges that that will bring. I am hoping that this post will provide me with more experience when I do go to apply for future positions. I ended up absolutely loving the school that I've been working in for the past year, so who knows what the future will bring. But I know that I was very lucky to get this job because there is a serious lack of jobs in Scotland at the moment for teachers. A lot of teachers I know are really struggling to find employment, so the situation isn't great. Question number 2 is how much of your year was remote / hybrid / in person? It has been a really challenging year for teachers all over the world, and it's been really interesting to see how teachers in different places have adapted to the current situation. Throughout the past year in Scotland, we have been having to adapt to the ever-changing restrictions as a result of the situation here. Pupils did return to school as normal in August. There were a lot of cleaning measures in place, pupils weren't allowed to share resources, so it definitely didn't feel like the normal return to school. I think everyone was hoping that things would gradually go back to normal. By October time, it was kind of starting to feel that way. However, in Scotland, the numbers did start to rise again on the approach to Christmas, and therefore things became really tight again. Pupils were back into their class bubbles, and in my school they weren't actually allowed to move from their seats, so it was a really challenging time in terms of teaching. You know, the run up to the Christmas break is usually such a crazy time in school. As teachers, we did the absolute best that we could, you know, to make it a really fun time for the kids, but it was really challenging, and I would definitely say that was the most anxious I've felt in terms of, you know, I was really worried that I was going to get the virus, especially wanting to spend time with my own family at Christmas. I have to say my school were brilliant though, in terms of, you know, they were really thorough with their risk assessments, and they took a lot of measures to ensure the safety of pupils and staff. We didn't actually return to school from our Christmas break. It was extended and we ended up going into a full lockdown, which I don't think anyone saw coming. It was actually quite a shock. I fully expected to be going back to school after the holidays holidays. We then reverted back to the online learning, and my school actually opted to host daily live lessons, which looking back on, I never would have seen myself doing. I honestly think it's amazing how much teachers have adapted to the pandemic. Our pupils returned back to in-person schooling around March, and since then things have been kind of up and down in response to the ongoing situation. There have been some classes and teachers within the school that have had to self-isolate, and they've had to revert back to the online learning during that period, but I have to say, touch wood, that I have been extremely lucky. I was very fortunate to avoid that. I didn't have to isolate with any of my classes. Question number 3 is, what are your plans for your first weekend of summer break? As I said in my introduction, I am a little bit late on this trend. I've actually been on my break for a few weeks now. I was trying to think back to what I actually did. I feel like the holidays do just pass in a blur. Myself and some of the other staff actually went out for some drinks in the day that schools closed. It was actually the first drink that we've been able to go for of the entire school year now that the restrictions have eased a little bit, so it was really nice to be socialising out with the school, with some of my colleagues. But I think I spent that first Saturday of the holidays feeling pretty hungover. I was pretty much bedridden, and I think I spent the rest of the weekend just relaxing and doing literally nothing. Only teachers understand how tired you are by the time you get to the end of the school year. Question number 4 is, how does your summer morning routine differ to school? During the summer I definitely spend a lot longer in bed than I would on a school morning. I have to admit though, I still am a very early riser. I usually wake up between 6 and 7 AM, and I do like to get up and make the most of my day, so in that sense my mornings haven't really changed. I like to go for a shower in the mornings, which is something I don't usually do when I'm working because I don't normally have the time in the mornings, and I have a lot more time to prepare more exciting breakfasts. You know, I can make smoothies and things like that. If you haven't already, go and check out my video. I actually uploaded my kind of typical morning routine as a teacher during the summer holidays, so you can go and check that out. Question number 5 is, what's on your to-read list? I've actually had a really busy last few months applying for jobs. I've honestly had very little time to myself to be able to do things like read. In fact, during the school year I do really struggle to fit in reading for pleasure, so during the summer I always have a lot of time on my hands to catch up on reading, which is something I do really enjoy about the summer holidays. I always manage to get through a good few books when Ryan and I go abroad. I usually just like to chill by the pool and catch up on some reading. As a teacher, I actually really do enjoy reading children's fiction. I think it's really important to stay up on the trends in terms of, you know, young adult books. During the most recent lockdown, I actually started reading The Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson. I absolutely love her books, especially The House with the Chicken Legs. I don't think there's anything that comes to mind that I've been recommended recently. Teaching Instagram is always a really good one for book recommendations, so I need to pop on there at some point and find some things to read. If you do have any book recommendations, please leave them down below because I'm always looking for books to read. One thing that I really fancy doing that I've been wanting to do for a while is to reread some of the classics. When I was a lot younger, I used to absolutely love reading, and my mum bought me a collection of some of the kind of children's classic books like The Secret Garden and Black Beauty and Treasure Island, so I definitely want to reread some of those. Question number 6 is, what is on your watch list? And there are so many things that I have been watching so far over the summer holidays. My sister and my mum and I have been watching Grey's Anatomy. I don't know why, I've never watched this before, but we're already on season 7. I'm absolutely obsessed. I think we watch at least an episode every night. At the moment while I'm filming this, the new series of Atypical has just come onto Netflix, which I absolutely love. If you've not seen it, it's a series about a boy with autism and all about his struggles going to college and deciding what he wants to do when he's older and becoming more independent. I absolutely love it. It's honestly so heartwarming. I've actually just started watching The Handmaid's Tale because so many people were talking about it. I've seen a few previews of it and I've always been really intrigued because I love kind of dark stuff like that, and I've only watched like an episode or two, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get into that very soon. I've been watching so much Disney Plus. The week that we finished school was actually the week that Luca went on to Disney Plus, and I was so excited to watch it and it did not disappoint at all. I am obsessed with Disney, and I'm so excited because I feel like I've mentioned this in absolutely every video, but my boyfriend Ryan and I have actually booked to go to Disney World Florida next year, and honestly I think I'm gonna cry. Like, I am so excited, and it's over a year away at the moment. They've just put on the new Monsters Inc. series, which I quite fancy watching. I've still not had a chance to to watch Cruella yet, which I hear has been really good, and Black Widow's also just come out, so I definitely want to try and go to the cinema to watch that, I think. Hopefully Kirsty will come with me. So yeah, there's always lots to watch. Question number 7 is what's something that you've been putting off doing that you hope to get around to doing during the summer holidays? I think the main thing for me is filming YouTube videos. I definitely want to try and give myself a bit of a head start for the next school term and have lots of videos scheduled ready to go so that I can do myself a favour once I start work in August, because that will be a very busy time. I'll be adjusting to starting a new job in a new place, so I might not have time to film videos, and also probably tidying out some of my teacher resources. As I mentioned, I was kind of all over the place this year. I just have a lot of resources that I've not had a chance to put away properly or find a place for. I definitely need a trip to B&M very soon to get some more storage bins, because my classroom is currently in my garage and I just don't have enough space for all of my stuff. Question number 8 is, do you have a side hustle? So last year I kind of started a little hobby where I was doing digital drawings and selling them over Instagram, which is something that I really enjoyed doing, and it was a great way of making an extra little bit of cash. So I'm definitely keen to do that again, although I've been super busy so far this year and not had a chance to. I've been putting so much effort into my YouTube channel, and I would definitely say that YouTube is a side hustle, if not a full-time job, because so much work goes into filming and editing videos that, you know, you don't always see, and I'm hoping that that will pay off. I've got to admit though, something I've always wanted to do is write a children's book. When I was young, I used to write stories all the time and read them to my family and print them out and pretend that I'd publish a novel, and this little part of me has always wanted to write my own book. I've just not had that like idea yet, so one day that's something that I've always wanted to do. Who knows? Question number 9 is, what is your ideal self-care day? This is going to sound a bit weird, but I absolutely love a good grey rainy day during the summer holidays where I can just do things about the house and I don't feel guilty about not going out. Super chill, where I don't need to think or worry about anything. I can just relax at home, have a bit of a pamper session, do all of my skincare. I love a good duvet day just watching Disney movies, especially the movies that are really nostalgic from my childhood, like Winnie the Pooh and things like that. Question 10 is, what is your favourite thing to do outside during the summer? On the rare occasion where we have a nice hot sunny day in Scotland over the summer, I absolutely love to go for walks and to go for picnics. We have a gorgeous National Trust site which is not far from where we live. It's called Culzean Castle. I definitely need to vlog one of our trips there at some point. I absolutely love it there. It is one of my favourite places. Question 11 is, what is my favourite thing to do inside? Which again, I feel like I've already kind of touched on. A really chill day when I can virtually do nothing and not feel guilty about it. And the final question is, do you have any plans for continuing your professional development over the summer? This is something that I've not really had a chance to sit down and think about yet. I'm obviously approaching starting a new job in August, and I don't exactly know what that role is going to look like yet. So I imagine once I get my teeth into that, there will be a lot of training and things that I can do. At this moment in time, I don't really know what I'm preparing for. I think the plan just now is just to relax and enjoy my holidays, and then a bit closer to the time I can start thinking about what I want to do to prepare for school. That is all of the questions in the summer teacher tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it interesting hearing about the school year that I've had and some of my plans for the summer. If you are a teacher, then I hope you have a well-deserved rest over the holidays. Please feel free to comment down below and let me know what your plans are. If you do want to see more teaching related content, please subscribe to my channel. That would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!